everyone, I have been sent this set of downloads for free by Agotapop. She is selling these in her Etsy shop, and she has sent me the set. She's actually sends them to me every month, which is very kind of her. They're beautiful drawings. I think if you're a fan of Johanna Basford or Rita Berman, then you really like hers because they have that kind of whimsical floral approach with neat lines, not too many little dashes and details. So anyway, there is a link in my description to her Etsy shop, and if you use my link you get a 10% discount on anything from there. So to let you know that as well, but that it isn't a direct link to this, it's just a link to the shop. And you go in the shop, anything is reduced. Anyway, we'll have a look in detail at the page and then pages. This is her May Tinies on Shelves. She's done one for January, February, March and April as well, and I've got videos for those if you haven't seen them. And we'll look at the May ones and then we'll colour something. So I'm going to come into about there. So this is the sort of front page. So we've got May, as you can see here. We've got quite a few hot air balloons going on. I'm just having a good look at what's on here because I haven't really looked. It's got florals here, little butterfly, lots of florals along this top shelf. And then we have plants in pots here. And this is a sort of waterfall coming down into a little bowl. And then it also flows down here. We'll look at that in more detail in a minute. And we have this sort of, let's go up a little bit, tree house setup. Well, we've got a tree with houses and then a little ladder. This is the tree trunk behind it, and the water's going into the magical jar, which is rather fun. A couple more pots here. Now I looked this word up because I didn't know what it meant, but it's actually a Japanese flower. It's Japanese for flower arranging, so I'm assuming there's some sort of special technique which maybe people who do flower arranging would know, but I don't. And I love this book. It's called Bloomy Adventures, which is rather fun. It reminds me actually of when I was in the Brownies and we did a summer carnival. We were on a lorry and we had our brownie uniforms on, and we had each had made a sort of sunflower petals into a headdress, and we put them around our face. It was very strange. And on one side it said brownies in bloom, and on the other side it said blooming brownies. You can imagine. And I was on that side of the lorry, so as we were going past people from the crowd, annoying, you know, young boys and things were shouting out, "Oh, blooming brownies," you know. It was like, oh, memories, eh? So anyway, we have more pots. Sorry, I got very distracted then. A really cute windmill. Another pot, little box with a label on that says roses. Some of the labels are just squiggles, and some of them, this one, for example, and this one, and some of them have proper words written on them. I guess it depends on the size. Little house. There's like a little rainbow there. Some bunting and more florals. So that is page 1. And then I don't know if I have got these in the correct order. I mean, I don't think there's really an order. So this particular page we have 6 items on. We have a hot air balloon again with lots of florals. A door. Now I do love colouring a door. I don't know about you, but doors, lovely. So we've got a sort of bushy floral, another I'm yawning again, I'm sorry. So that one looks rather fun. And we have a bird. It's sort of almost with a nest of florals. A cup, look, with a little bell. Oh, that's sweet. What a sweet detail. Little house and things. And then at the bottom we have a couple of shelves again with some pots and things. And then this is like an open book, and it's popped out into a house and some flowers. I don't know how she gets all these ideas. You know, she's producing, I mean, obviously it would be the same for any illustrator, but to produce a set which is sort of themed each month, I think it's ever so clever. Anyway, you have a flower shop here. This is rather cute. We haven't really had shops before, so I really like this idea. Little, all sorts of flowers and things there. This one, it may or may not be a shop. It's probably just a house with a balcony and lots of flowers. It's rather sweet. If you like colouring buildings, then you've got all of these page worth. This one is more of a flower pot shape with a little ladder, look, and it's being carried by the butterfly. It's very sweet. And then this house has got a big floral design instead of a roof. And the last page, these are smaller, as you can see. Let's start at the top. Can come in a little closer with these, I think. Maybe not too much closer. So this one is a circular design with some florals, and then this one is just the one flower. We have a selection here. Not sure what type of flower that is, but it's rather sweet. Butterfly and florals. This is another, it looks like you're looking down on a posy, doesn't it? Like a hand-tied bouquet, that sort of thing. Rather sweet. This one has sort of a large, different sizes. This is just one flower. We have a few different ones here. And down here we have a butterfly with more florals. Oops, sorry, very wonky. And this section, and this sort of looks almost like a bit of a sunflower with a little bee. Really sweet. There's so many gorgeously sweet pictures on here, as there always is. I'm really tempted to have a go at the door, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to move those away. I normally print them double-sided by mistake, and I remembered to print them single-sided. So I've just got myself a book to lean on. This is a Colouring Heaven magazine, and they're quite thick, but I never colour the covers, so I just use these to lean on. They're exactly the right size. Okay, so we have our door. I have got my Staedtler Agotapop pencils here, so I'm just going to start. I'm going to start with number 73 and just do the main wood of the door. I might not do this whole picture. I don't know how long it's going to take me. Or I suppose I could do it in several parts if it takes me a while. I just like colouring doors. Now, of course, doors don't have to be brown wood, but this one is. Just, I don't know, I like doing brown wood. Of course, it could be painted, slightly faded, you know, that sort of thing. I mean, it is wood. You can tell by the way it's drawn. It's not metal or anything. These hinges probably be metal, but well, they would be, wouldn't they? What else would you have? You know, even today, door hinges aren't made of plastic. They're always metal. So there's our first bit. I'm just going to work it slat by slat. Now, because the wood has a wood grain, if you colour up and down like I am, and it leaves some sort of marks, lines or unevenness, it doesn't matter, does it? Because that is the way wood is. So that's good. Be as messy as you like. Well, maybe not as messy as you like, but you know, a little bit messy without worrying about it. Not that you should worry anyway, of course. You know, if you're messy, you're messy. As I say so many times, you know, colouring is about the process, the enjoyment, the relaxation, and the creativity, not about perfection. If we wanted to be perfect, we would never get started, you know. And that's always sad. I know I hear people go, I've got a new book and it's too perfect, it's lovely, I'm too scared to colour in it. Or do just colour. You know, imagine the person who drew those pictures drew them for you to colour. So have a go. And my husband, when I said this to my husband, the first book I had, it was Secret Garden by Johanna Basford, and I was like, it's lovely, I can't colour it. He was like, I'll buy you a new one if you ruin it, just colour it. Okay. So I was lucky. Obviously not everyone has that opportunity. My husband isn't going to do that for everyone. This is number 7. I'm actually not bothering to look up the pencil names, colour names, because it's a bit boring. I just want to get on and colour because I'm excited. These are Staedtler Design Journey, as I said. And I have got a chart in my Ko-fi shop where I've put the names and numbers of all the pencils. I looked them up on Staedtler's website, the colour names, they're all there. I'm going right over the top of what I've done already because I don't like the colour. And so they're all there, and I've just made them into a chart to save you having to look them up. because I know some people really like to know the names rather than the numbers, but today I'm just not in the mood for looking it all up all the time. I've got it in front of me, I'm just lazy. It's afternoon, I get lazy by the afternoon. I get tired. My peak performance time is 7 o'clock a.m, 7 a.m. I wake up full of energy, get all the jobs done, get breakfast, and I would be ready to record right away, but husband is getting ready for work, kids getting ready to go, that sort of thing. I mean, if they got on an early, which they will be, one of them will be tomorrow, they leave at 7:20 in the morning, or sort of 8:20, so then I can get going. But if they're at home, then it doesn't matter. But if husband is at home, I have to wait for him to leave. Now I'm going to a darker brown. This is 76. I think I'm going to put this all over as well, but quite lightly. I'm just going to put a layer of this on top, and then we'll put on some more sort of detailing. Make sure I get right up to the edges and things. Don't want little white gaps. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to Friday. On Friday, husband is home from work. He's semi-retiring, and so he'll be home, and one son will be home as well, working on his uni work, and the other one will be going off to uni a bit later in the day. I think he leaves about 10:20, so I will be able to get up, have my breakfast, and just get on with recording some videos for you, and I'll be right sort of in peak form. I might not have much of a voice at that time in the morning, but I will be full of energy. I mean, I don't know whether lots of energy is very relaxing, but we'll try not to be too bouncy, but I will feel good. Now we have number 77. This is my darkest brown. I'm just going to sharpen it. It's really blunt, and then I'm going to start drawing in a few bits and pieces. I say drawing, I can't draw. I'm just going to put the light on the lamp. I don't know if it really needs it or not. Right, so my first thought is all the way around the edge here. It's going to be a bit darker where there's some shadow from these bricks. So I am just going to go all the way around that edge with this darker colour, and then across the top and down the other side. So just a simple start, and hope if you look at it, this door here looks slightly more set back than this side. I hope you can see that. That's what I'm going for. And I hope this will be dark enough once I've done other bits and pieces on here as well. We'll see how it pans out. It's quite a simple thing to do, and it can make quite the difference. Now, of course, you don't have to do your wood brown. You can do it painted. And if you want to make your door look old, I'm going to put some lines on like this, you see, to sort of really make it look more wood grainy. I am going to put some more shadow in as well under here. You can do it any colour. You know, let's say you wanted to do it blue. You could do it, start with a light, go a bit darker, put some lines like this on with a darker blue. That sort of thing. It would work. These lines are trying to show a little bit of shadow from underneath all those little bits and pieces. And I'm just randomly sticking some lines on here just to make the wood look a bit more grainy and old. You know, not all wood has lots of wood grain in. You can see my desk does a bit. I said this is a laminate, it's not even proper wood. It's got wood grain, I think. Now here we've got a line. I'm just going to go back over it. It's showing our different panels in our door. I think it's nice to just make that reappear a little bit. And then I think I am most probably done. Yeah. Now, we have our handle and hinges, all the H's. I'm thinking if we just go for a sort of silvery metally colour, the number 8 is really good actually for this. Let's give it a sharp, and you want it sharp. Now, this hinge, we've got this little teeny bit in there, and I want to do a darker bit here and here and leave a little bit pale for shine. It's going to be hard to see. This one will be easier. I'm going to use the same technique and you'll be able to see better what I'm doing, like that. And do these two down here as well. Now for the hinge, we can go dark top and bottom and leave a little bit in the middle to make it look slightly shiny, and do the same for this one. You could do these in gold, but because they're so small you'd struggle to get lots of layers, and when I do gold I'll start with a dark brown, it sort of get lost in our shadow. Now door handle, I'm thinking dark here, get lighter, so we go there, a bit dark under there, like that, and then the handle here, just put a light bit sort of in the middle. That keyhole is going to be dark so it looks deep. Now the window frame I'm going to do lightly to start with. So just a really light touch, and then darker on the edges. Need a sharp pencil for this, and if you go dark all the way around and then the inside, it makes it look slightly rounded, which I think is nice. And the same here, it's really narrow. Now these lines, are they bars at the window? I think I want to do those in this too. There we go. There. Now, next step for me is inside that window. Now, I don't think it's night time. I think it's daytime. We've got flowers, blossoms open. So I want a really pale yellow. I'm going to use the light yellow, I think, which is, I think it's our palest yellow. Number 10, I was just looking at my swatch chart then just to work out which colour to do, because I want it to be inviting, but it doesn't want to be really bright and brash because it isn't glowing like nighttime. So there we are. Now our brickwork, I want to do a sort of browny grey brickwork. I'm just having a look at what I have got. I think I am going to start with, is that the right one? No, this one. Yeah, this is the 805, and I'm going to do all the bricks, not the floor, around here and all the way out to here in this. So just a layer over all of it. Now I'm going to do a sort of medium pressure. It's quite a pale colour, but I want this sort of mortar to be a different colour to the bricks and things, and it's just easier, I think, to go over all of it to start with a base colour. Now people do this when they're just trying to figure out what's going on up here. People do this when they're painting, they do like a base painting, and you can do this to some extent with pencil, but you do have to be careful. Now think about pencil, you have to use your lightest colour first, because you can't colour light over dark, not normally. There are a few, you can do a little bit of fiddling and make a few things a little bit lighter, but you can't really do, you know, if I wanted, if I put a dark grey and then tried to put light grey over it, it just wouldn't work. So we have to just be a little bit careful. There we go, there is my base. Now my thought is that the grout or whatever it is in between the bricks is going to be this lighter colour, and then there's be some shadow under these, and these would all be slightly darker because I want them to stand out more. So I'm going to use number 85 for all of our bricks. You can see it looks almost brown, but it's actually called warm grey. So I'm just going to sharpen it a little bit and show you. There we go. So all of the bricks starting around the door. So I'm going to go around the edge of this one and then just fade it towards the middle bit, just to give it a bit of shape. I hope that's going to sort of work. You don't have to make them consistent because they're bricks, so you can maybe make some a bit lighter nearer the top or nearer the bottom because they'd have lumps and bumps. I'm thinking they're not necessarily smooth bricks, so if you're not very good at colouring things smoothly, this is the perfect thing to colour because it doesn't matter. In fact, it probably looks better if it isn't as even. But I'm just going to work my way up and around this bit. These bits are a little bit tricky to do. I can't quite see what I'm doing, but I'm doing my best to just do what I can. And here we go. One day I'm going to complete some of Agotapop's beautiful pages. She sends me them regularly and they are gorgeous, but I'm trying to think, why don't I finish them? And I think it's because I like the satisfaction of finishing a book, you know, and a download just doesn't hold that with me. I have to finish the item. So here I wouldn't want to leave this, stop now, I couldn't do that. I'd have to finish this, but I don't feel like I've got to finish the whole page. And but with a book I would do the whole page. I wouldn't just be able to finish one item. Isn't it strange? I wonder if anyone else is the same. But I have got so many of her beautiful pages, and I know a lot of you have said, is she doing a book? Can she do a book? Well, I've spoken to her about it, and she has got plans, but they've gone on hold for a bit. But yes, it is something she wants to do. In fact, it's funny, someone's saying they want my husband to make a colouring book. He's done a couple of colouring pages in his coffee shop actually, and he's also made an e-zine with some colouring pages in it as well, so he has sort of made a book, but it's not, it's a mini one, you know, but it's quite fun. I think it's not really something that's on his to-do list at the moment, but he will have more time, so he's got lots of plans, which is great, because, you know, I'm going to have him around for a couple of extra days a week. I need to make sure he's not getting on my wig. Oh, it's going to take a bit of adjustment, I think. I think for a while it'll just feel like he's on holiday and it'll be fine, but once it's been a while, I'm so used to having time to myself that I will still get some time to myself for a bit, but as soon as the boys start their holiday, their uni holiday, I won't have any time to myself until September. And then if they happen to be home on the days he's at work, then, you know, I won't get that anymore. So we'll see. I might just go slowly mad. But I can lock myself in here and make videos and get a bit or pretend I'm making videos. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's going to be a bit of a learning curve, I think, or adjustment. I don't know. Anyway, but he also finds it very difficult some weekends to close off and not think about work. So he's going to be, you know, in for 3, off for 4. So he's got to try and really find a way to sort of step back and forget about it. But I think if he's got projects to work on,
to-do lists to follow and things like that, then that will help him focus on something else. So we'll see. It's first day on Friday, so you know, see how he goes with his first long weekend. Okay, I don't think we've got any more under here. It's all a bit complicated under there. I'm going to do this one down here. I had been considering doing these brick colour, you know, brick red, you know, but I've ended up doing them in this sort of warm greys. Now, under each brick there would be some shadow, so I'm going to draw that in just a minute. Sorry, I've had to blow my nose. I'm going to do it black. Now, I'm not a big fan of doing shadows in black because it's such a harsh and dirty colour, but I don't have any more warm greys, so it feels like my only option really. So here it is, the black, I'm 9. Now I want a bit under here. I want this to look like it's sticking out. So I'm just gonna go under there. I think that's it. Now the bricks, we want to put the shadow at the bottom. And then they will look more like they're standing out from the wall a bit, which is what I think they are. I'm sort of thinking this is all smooth behind, and then the bricks are sort of pushed into it and they're standing out. That's how I've interpreted the picture. Now when you're doing shadow, you need to make sure you go right up against the item, really, if you want it to look like it's sort of attached to the wall. We have a look in the camera. I think it's working. I think it might look better once I finish. Oh, I shall just keep going. Now naturally the shadows would fall underneath, you know, you'd have the light in the sky coming downwards. There we are. So these are going to be underneath. I want to put a bit on the side as well. And once I've done this, I will look and see if I want any black marks on our door. Now, getting to the point where it's going to change direction. Go all the way around that one, like that. Got much space here, have we? There we go, all the way down. My tongue wants to stick out, so concentrate. Underneath this large one. There we go. Now I am thinking that I probably want to, I think the shadow around the door is okay. I think that's okay. Now I've got these stones down here as well. I thought if I do those in more of a cold grey, they will look different to the ones on the wall. So I'm going to grab, I think number 80, and try these. Again, I sort of want them a bit darker on the edge, in the middle. I'm not doing a very good job, am I? They're looking quite even. We'll see. Now we have some grass here and here, so I'm trying to thinking maybe this bit's path and then this bit on the side might be grass. So I think I'll go for a lighter colour and see how it looks. This is 800 And I'm going to do, whoops, this just sort of up to the bush there. Just sort of around these cobbles. Like that. It's quite pale, isn't it? Not sure. And then I'm going to need some grassy green to go either side. I think I might just use the willow green. This is 50. Now, when you're doing grass, you need to do a vertical movement because it grows in that direction. And I'm wondering whether, because it's got lines that way, whether there's supposed to be soil. But it's grass now. Now behind this bit, I'm going to make it darker behind. It sort of stands out a bit like that. I'm going to do the same here. Some grass. You can put second colour on as well. Maybe we'll do that. Make it stand out a little bit more. Yeah, we'll use this one. If I can get it out. This is the 52. Put some more. Now this bush has got circles on it. I'm going to colour them red. Why? I have no idea. I'm just trying to choose a red. It's too many. 299. I'm going to try and colour them darker on the outside than on the inside. Make them look like spherical apples. There we go. Struggled to stay in the lines, but hey. And I'm going to colour the bush itself in number 5. Now, because it's a bush, I want it to look bushy. Sorry, I keep moving the paper around. So just keep going round and round. Now, normally we use this round and round scumbling motion to make our colouring look more even, but the point of it this time is not to do that, it's to make it look uneven and more bushy. Make sure you cover all of it, but some areas might be darker than others. And I'm just going to go over a few areas to make it look less even, like that. This bush here, I'm thinking maybe it's more of a rose bush, so I'm going to use this number 20 to colour all the flowers. I think they should all be the same colour, whoops, because they're all on the same bush. Maybe it's a what's the word? Hydrangea, the one that's either pink or blue. Is that the right name? I don't know. I'm not the gardener, as you can tell. But yes, Agatha said to me she tries to come up with a little theme each month for her pictures. Now, as they always have florals, but I think she's got hot air balloons this month, quite a few, which is something new for her, so that's nice. And I just love this little doll. Gosh, imagine if she had a whole sheet of dolls. I'd love that. Tiny dolls. That'd be amazing. Why do I like colouring dolls so much? There's a question I can't answer. I'm going to make them a little bit darker in the middle. Yeah, I have got some other videos for dolls. Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, I did some dolls. Hang on. Just moving my pencils a bit. Sorry. Now the bush itself, I think I'm going to do in this colour. This is 551. And I'm going to use the same technique as on the last one. Round and round. I think this goes rather better than the pink than I thought it would. I knew it would go, but that's rather striking. Not sure what colour this is supposed to be. Sallow. No, light green. It's quite minty, isn't it? I think. Yeah, I was just renewing the roadside assistance for the car before I came on here. I was just thinking, my husband is home. Now I'm going to be working full time and he's going to be working part time. Maybe he should start doing a few things like that. Now we have these florals up here. I'm going to do these in purple. I think I'm going to grab the violet actually. Just sharpen it a bit. Number 6. I'm going to do what I did down here. So I'm going to colour them all just quite vaguely first. Just so that I can sort of work out where they are, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm quite excited about it really, having him home a bit more. It does put a bit of pressure on me to earn more, but you know, I think I can manage. I actually, I'm very glad that I started my Ko-fi shop actually, because that's doing very well. Because although I'm going to go in the centre here and just make it a bit darker and just bring some colour out from the middle a little bit on each petal. Although most of what I'm offering is free, most of you are very generous in giving some money, and I just noticed that I need to buy a new hard drive soon. I use lots of different drives for storing my videos on, and I'm running out of space-ish soon, so I was having a look, and I've just put a little goal in my Ko-fi shop to earn enough money to pay for it, because I can't just take it out of the housekeeping like I used to, you know. This is a bud, so that would be, that's my sort of next goal, to try and earn that money through there. Because, yeah, it's a fun job, but you know, you have to keep finding ways to make a bit of income. Affiliate links are one way. I'm just choosing my green. Quite like this one. What does this one look like? Is this green earth? Yeah, I'm going to use this dark green, 55. And I'm going to colour each leaf singly and just fade it towards the tip. Yeah, so I have to have lots of different income streams. So I have affiliate links on my videos. So if you're buying anything from Amazon and you use my affiliate link, you'd have to buy the item that it links to. Then that helps me. I get a little bit of commission. You don't pay any extra. And I have affiliate links for a few other places that I earn commission from as well. And then so that's one way. So if you're a YouTuber, this could be quite useful for you actually. Ko-fi is more about getting tips and donations, but I give away freebies there too, and then people can give me a donation, have something. Well, really it's about, if you've given me a donation, it gives you a little reward, but also if you can't afford to make a donation, you can just take the things anyway. I don't mind at all, you know, so that's helped me a little bit. And then the videos, there are adverts. If you watch the adverts, or if you're a YouTube Premium member, then I get some money from that. I'm really liking this colour with the purple. I never would have thought of doing it. I just wanted something dark. And yeah, that's I get a little bit of money from my book sales from Amazon. This isn't colouring book, this is books I wrote a while ago. I get a little bit from that, and yeah, that's about it really. But I'm going to try a few new things as well. I have wondered about getting a Patreon, but Ko-fi is the same sort of thing really. But I just know sometimes people have heard of Patreon, they haven't heard of Ko-fi, so they might prefer it. But with Patreon you have to do a monthly subscription, and it's tricky because on YouTube I have a monthly subscription that people can make, which is another income stream, and they get access to videos that other people don't. They're compilation videos of series that I've done, and they get early access to those as well. But if I did Patreon, I don't know what I would offer that was different to that. And I can't give you a link to the, I'd have to upload it twice I think to give you a link to the, so it's a bit tricky. And also I don't want to offer too many things to people for paying, because I know some of you just can't, and I don't want you to stop feeding your family or you know, doing things for yourself. So I want to be able to help you with your colouring journey still, and it's just so important I think to colour, to relax, to have fun, that sort of thing. So yes, so anyone who is a YouTuber watching, those are things that I do. And I think most YouTubers do, especially colourists. Most of them have affiliate links, most of them have their channel monetized, they get money from adverts, and you might as well. I did hear someone once, I think it was Barbara Colour, I don't know if she has now, but she said she didn't monetize her channel. Now, to be honest, you might as well, because YouTube shows adverts anyway, and if you don't monetize, they just make all the money. So you might as well monetize it and pick up the money, and you can use it to buy, even if you're not really running as a business, you can use it to treat yourself to a new colouring book or a new pencils or whatever, you know. And as I was saying, I have to buy a new hard drive soon for all my videos, so those things, you know, there are some costs to making videos which you have to, you know, do. I don't tend to buy myself new books very often and things like that. I'm very lucky I get sent them, so that's nice. But pencils and things sometimes need replacing, you know, particularly my polychromos. Now we've got a few gaps in our bush which I'm just going to fill in before I go, if I can remember what colour I used. I think 805, and I'm just going to colour them in as if they're the sort of mortar colour, that very light grey. I don't know how noticeable it's even going to be that I've done it, but I just want to put it in there. And that one down there. I think that, for me, I can see that that's made a difference. And lastly, I'm going to go back to my black 9 and put a little bit of shadow under this bush here. You know how we did under the bricks? I feel like I should put it under this as well, or else it's not quite going to look right. And I want to just put a bit under the door. Just a little. I mean, I guess there would be light coming out really, but I want it to look like it's sitting on the floor, so there's a bit of shadow there. But there, I think I'm done and happy with that now. And let's just try and straighten it up. There. Isn't it? But sometimes when I'm looking in the camera, I try and straighten something, I can't work out which way to twist it. But there we go, there is our little door. I think it is such an adorable drawing. I hope I've done it justice. I'm happy with what I've done anyway. I could colour that a million times over. But there we go. Thank you so much for watching. As I say, all the details you need are in the description, so please hop down and take a little look. I know it's not always easy if you're on a TV or something. I don't know how on earth you would do that, but next time you're on a PC or a tablet, you can look me up and find out the details there if you want to download the page or find the pencils or whatever. And I will do some links to charts for you. On my Ko-fi shop I have charts to convert, colour comparison charts for Staedtlers, so if you don't have the Staedtlers you can use a chart to find the nearest matches and other sets if you want to follow the similar colours with me. But thank you for watching. I hope that you have a really super day and happy colouring.